Hi, my name is Tamara Perez, and I represent the now 3,200 members of Project ABA Rights. We first spoke out at a board meeting back in July 2023. We have since been in closed-door meetings with the district for the last 2 years, working to ensure that students with disabilities in Hillsborough County Public Schools have access to high-quality and ethical private therapies. I want to first thank you all for your continued guidance and support. These meetings have been extremely positive and collaborative. A special thanks to Tracy Brown, Shannon Lesbrance, and the rest of the team. We've come a far way, and I think the whole team can agree that we are proud of the work that has been done. With that being said, we do still have some work to do and find ourselves at a stalemate on a few items. Number one, parents are still required to sign a discriminatory indemnification. Only parents with special needs are required to sign under duress, or therapy for their child will be denied or removed. Number two, this year, Hillsborough County Public Schools has updated their PIP policy and will now deny autistic students ABA therapy, even with a medical diagnosis and even with a 504 plan. The district states they will now only approve ABA for students with an approved IEP. I could understand the district taking this stance if you were going to provide and pay for these services, but you don't. Parents gift this therapy to schools for free in a district that is underserved, underfunded, and understaffed, especially in ESE departments. The statute does not state that an IEP is required. Denying this potentially life-changing therapy is not a state requirement, but a choice. I can't think of any good reason as to why you would choose to deny therapy to our children with disabilities. I hope that you can appreciate just how difficult it is to ask this many special needs parents to show up in the middle of a workday, many of whom wanted to be here but couldn't. It is not easy to find childcare for children with high support needs. So we come before you today to share our experiences, express our concerns, and to ask the board to write the official school board policy that was promised to us years ago. With a policy in place, we can eliminate the inconsistencies across your 230 school sites and ensure equal access to education for all. Thank you.
Good afternoon, board. My name is Stephanie Noble. I'm a Hillsborough County resident. If I get emotional, please understand I lost my son who had autism in a tragic accident on July 6th of 2023. That loss and the challenges I've faced since are what keep me fighting for children like him and for my daughter who still needs support today. I've been advocating for my children for years, but I've had to pull them from public school more than once, just to make sure they could receive their medically necessary ABA therapy. Most recently, my daughter was enrolled at Hammond Elementary. Despite reaching out months in advance to coordinate support, things fell apart right before the school year started. At our first PIP meeting, I was told they'd consider more behavioral support, but later we were told no, even though her data clearly showed she needed it. We tried again at Claywell Elementary, hoping for a better outcome. At first, the principal seemed supportive, but after speaking with Hammond's principal, that changed. I was told maybe this isn't the right school for her. That was devastating to hear as a mother trying to do everything right for their child. My daughter does well with structure and routine. She loves school. But without ABA support, she struggles. And when untrained staff try to manage her behaviors, it can make things worse instead of better. I'm asking this board to please look closely at how much power individual principals have to block ABA support. These are medical needs, not optional ones. We need a consistent district policy that allows ABA therapy in schools so families like mine don't have to keep pulling our children out just to get them what they need to succeed. Thank you for your time and for considering how we can make our schools more inclusive and supportive for every child.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Stacy Mallon. I am a former English teacher in the district, and a parent of a 3-year-old little boy with autism who may one day attend our local Hillsborough Public School. I'm here today as a member of Project ABA Rights with one critical ask: that HCPS write and adopt a clear district policy affirming every family's right to access private instructional personnel, including ABA, speech and occupational therapy in schools, as guaranteed under Florida Statute 1003.572. This is an appeal for our students with disabilities to have the support they are legally entitled to and the opportunities they deserve without delay, confusion, or barriers. In asking for your support on this issue, I'd like you to consider a new perspective. The question shouldn't be, why should we adopt this district policy, but rather, why wouldn't we create a uniform policy for this? The fact of the matter is, allowing private therapists in all schools, is a win-win. It's a win for the students, and it's a win for the district. In a perfect world, our school system would be able to provide all students needing support services with the proper amount of time and attention to foster growth and skill building. But the reality is we need help. The solution is a uniform policy allowing private therapy across all campuses. Have you ever seen ABA professionals that work with a student? They're amazing. And think of the impact a therapist who knows just what a student needs can have by freeing up a potentially overburdened teacher, because we know teachers do a lot, to focus on running a classroom. Besides that, though, whatever hesitancies you may have about this, I guarantee you there is an answer. And there's a lot of people here today willing to help. Let's make this happen. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. Thank you for being here. My name is Luz Barbie. You can call me Lucy. And I am a board-certified behavior analyst, and I've been working in the field for about 12 years. Pardon my accent, and I'm going to try to be as clear as possible. I'm here because I have a proposal. First, I want to start talking about what ABA is, because we're talking about ABA, and some people may be like, what does that even mean? So ABA stands for Applied Behavior Analysis. It is a science-based approach that helps children learn new skills and reduce challenging behaviors by understanding the why behaviors happen and how to support the positive change. When a child is diagnosed with ASD, autism spectrum disorder, many Florida health insurance will cover the ABA services to some extent. So, as an ABA provider, I've seen how powerful it can be when schools staff in a school and ABA teams collaborate. Many schools have embraced this partnership, and since the ABA Project RISE started, I have seen tremendous progress. However, I also have seen that the level of collaboration can look very different from a school to school. Some schools are amazing, and we're just like, we want to put all the kids in that school, but it's impossible, right? In some cases, access to medical necessary ABA services is very limited, even when the child needs clearly are there. So one of the most common barriers that I'm seeing and we're facing is when a school decides, or the principal decides, to reduce ABA time by disregarding our recommendation, our clinical medical necessity for the child, because the reason is this. They already have a one-on-one in the classroom. There is an aide. You don't need us here. And it's like, I cannot, in a PEEP collaboration meeting, educate you about what ABA. I believe a school should already know our role. What is the point that we're like? I feel like some of those meetings are really like pulling teeth. It's a discussion between like, what are you gonna be here negotiating? Okay, oh, I'll bring the teacher so you know I'm not lying. Like it's kind of silly, all right? I'm not generalizing, but so let's see the difference. A school para helps the child stay safe, following routines and activities. And they do and know the structure very well. ABA providers, we implement base intervention strategies to help the child succeed, to to reduce those behaviors and systematically make changes in their environment so we promote independence. I propose that you guys think about an initiative to educate the schools. I'll do it for free. You contact me, Luz Barbie, and I will do it. Please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name's Nicole. I have an 8-year-old who is on the spectrum for autism. This past summer when his PIP paperwork was submitted, it was denied immediately after he's been receiving services since kindergarten at Cleveland. And the reason why we went to Seminole is because they agreed to do ABA. We started with ABA in kindergarten, or we started with ABA in 2nd grade at Seminole without a 504, without an IEP, because he does not qualify, because test-wise, he looks great on paper. This school year, they said no, and when he went to class, Mr. Alex, his ABA therapist, wasn't allowed to come in, and the teacher proceeds to put him out the classroom when he starts having those issues. We recently got it completed and approved yesterday because it should have never been taken away. But for my child to not want to go to school is very much anxious and overwhelmed because he actually needs the therapist in the classroom, and the therapist is only, or he's actually on campus from the start of his day until the end. It's crazy because he's in the school. So I just really would like for you guys just to have a policy so that children don't have to go through that, because emotionally that's not good. So, thank you.